What's up, guys? It's kind of a bland morning. I've been calling around salvage yards just to see if any of them have these Grand Prix parts. That color, for some reason, if I would have got any other color Grand Prix, I'd have had the parts already. But that dark gray, there's none in the area. There's a couple salvage yards that are closer to home here. I thought about, they let you walk around. I thought about going there and just looking around to see if they have them, but it's still about a 40-minute drive, and if I get there and they don't have it, it's kind of a waste. Where I found the door for $50, but it's a 2-hour drive. I'm waiting for them to call this place to call me back. I've been searching all morning and calling different salvage yards. I'm on car-parts.com looking. Closest gray door is 62 miles, and this isn't even like really accurate. It's not like 62 miles on the road. It's like 62 miles from here to there on a map, straight shot. So it doesn't take into account how long the drive is to get there. Hopefully, I'm thinking we're gonna go get this door today. They said before I take that drive, they wanted to check and see what the door looked like before I made that drive. Because $50, you can't really expect a perfect door for that much. Alright, so change of plan, kids. We're hitting the road. They called me back. They have the door. I'm going to get it. I don't really know that I'll record very much. It's a long drive. I know a lot of you don't like to hear me ramble on and on and on about stuff. So let's just make this 2-hour drive. Get this door. I got it for $50. The right color. They unfortunately don't have a fender, and neither does anybody have a fender. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go back to Johnny's and get the silver one. I don't know, we'll see how this plays out. The weather around here has been crazy the last couple of weeks. I'm going through a big storm. We have a tornado warning. This is the second time in 2 weeks we've had tornado warnings. We don't get tornado warnings here. Alright, so I'm almost to this salvage yard where I'm getting the door at. I did not know that I was going to be passing by this place called Stoystown Motors. And what they do is they buy cars from Copart and then relist them for sale as fixable. And most of the times they sell all the parts with it. They like it all in one price. They sell it with all the parts and everything to fix it. It looks like a huge car dealership, but they're just all wrecked cars lined up out there. So on the way back through, we're gonna stop and get some video of that place because I've wanted to go there for the longest time because I've looked at cars. I was like, I can fix that, and the prices were affordable. So I think we're gonna go back and get some video there. It's pretty interesting. So like I'm here, but I have no clue where you go, like the office or where you park, or it's just like nothing. I mean, all the cars are here and there's a garage. I'm gonna go over to the garage because I don't know where I go. There's no directions or nothing, no labels. We'll figure it out. All right, guys. So I got the door. I'm still skeptical that it's that blue with grayish. It looks more gray than it looks blue. And I'm pretty sure the blue grayish color looks a little more blue than it does gray. Regardless, I got the door for $50. So if I have to paint it, so be it. I'm gonna have to paint a fender anyways, but I'm not gonna complain for $50. But I am excited to go to Stoystown Motors and
and see what they have there. It's like a car dealership for Copart cars is what it is. I've wanted to go, and now that I'm past it, I'm just like, well, heck, let's just stop. So I'll take you around the lot. We'll get some footage, and it's raining. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of footage, but I don't want to get my camera wet. So I'll get what I can. If it starts downpouring, maybe we'll just drive around the lot in the car, and I can video from the car. But yeah, the weather is not cooperating today. Kind of wanted to see a price on this truck. It's a 4.8 regular cab. Kind of like it, but price isn't listed, so I have to look on their website. They got a whole line of trucks. That green Subaru that I looked at down there, the funny thing is I watched that in the auction. I was going to bid on it, and I didn't. So here's what just happened. Was gonna get into the Grand Prix when I got home. My wife left this morning for Cleveland, Ohio. She was supposed to fly out of State College to Philadelphia, get a connection flight, and then to go to Cleveland. Obviously, we're having bad storms around here right now. So her flight was delayed and delayed and delayed. Finally, she got her flight from State College to Philadelphia. She's been in Philadelphia all day now. They just canceled her flight. So she went to, there's a flight tonight back to State College. The flight's booked full. And the hotels are booked full. So now, it's looking like I'm going to have to make a 4-hour drive to Philadelphia to go pick her up. And then I guess tomorrow we'll have to drive to State College to go get her car because it's down there. Yay! More good news on the agenda. I am fairly certain that is the wrong color. That's the blue-gray. I don't know. It needs to be cleaned. It has a tint of green because it has mold on it. So maybe it is the same color and the mold's just making it look off. Which, that could very well be why. I don't know. It needs a serious clean, and I'm definitely not using the mirror or this. Look at the interior of it. It is just nasty. I couldn't even resell that panel. That's junk. It's mold. But the door itself Hopefully has a good window motor and everything. I'm hoping it's the right color. Like I said, it just, to me, looks off. Well, supposedly she got a flight back to State College, so that'll save her about 4 hours, because it would take me 4 hours to get there and then 4 hours to get home. Their flight is at 9:40, but it's windy outside. I don't know. I hope they fly out. Do you want to see Mommy tonight? Huh? You do? But while I'm thinking about it, let's scrub this door. Oh, man, I don't think it's the right color. I don't know. Let's clean it, and then we'll see what it looks like. I'm going to throw it on the cart. Like I said, regardless, I'm not too upset because I paid $50 for it. So, I mean, whatever. If it's got to be painted, it's got to be painted. I'm going to go ahead and get this door off the car. I'll probably, don't know if I'm going to try to take the fender off or not. I'm going to put this thing down. Okay, so these Grand Prix are not user-friendly. Well, mechanic-friendly. Let me put it that way. I had to get the fender off to get the door off, because the way the hinges... I mean, I could leave those hinges on them both... Whatever. It's just going to be easier to use these hinges. This is the nut that they use on the fender, which goes in down here. So that pin comes up through this core support hole. Now, if this core support wasn't broken, where I could actually flex it right here, as you can see, it has some deer damage there. Nothing that's going to harm the vehicle, but it's broken. But I'm leaving it on there, so whatever. So after you get that out, a couple other nuts. Then the fender is underneath the hood hinge, so you have to take the hood hinge off. So you take those two bolts out, and it still has a spot weld right there. So it's spot welded to the fender. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of drilling these out and stuff, that fender I'm taking up at Johnny's, it's still all in one piece. I'll take the hood hinge and everything. We'll take it off and throw it on. That hood, there's nothing wrong with it. Except for that little mark, but whatever. I thought real quick, I did not show you guys why I'm replacing this wheel bearing. I left one lug in it tight. Listen. That is the wheel bearing. It has flex. This thing has the most unforgivable fenders I've ever messed with on a car. Okay, so I can't get to the bottom bolts under the side skirt right now because of how I have the lift on it right now. So we gotta put the wheel back on, set it on the ground, move the lift points, then raise it back up so I can get the side skirt down, or I can just put it down on the ground, take the side skirt off, get the fender off. Regardless. So you can see right here what looks like a bracket that goes to the car, and then the fender bolts to it through two bolts there, and there's this little hickey-madoo right there. Well, that is spot welded to the fender. Even after you take the bolts out, it doesn't come off. It bolts in right here, and it wraps around the neck of the washer bottle. So you have to remove the washer bottle to get the fender off. Do you see it? It's wrapped around it. I'm used to just, a couple bolts, boom, gone, off the car. This car, wow, this sucks. The headlight takes one bolt to get it out. This, you have to remove the hood, the core support, if it wasn't busted, the washer bottle, and then you can remove the fender. One thing I do like, though, is I know whenever I get the new fender, this bracket will be attached to it. So it'll all be in shape. The hood hinge should be fine. Everything should line up whenever I put it back together. But that is a sucky setup. Never worked on one of these before. That sucks. I'm not even going to finish bolting it on because we're going to be taking it back off to do paint work, because as you can see, it obviously is the blue-gray. I thought it was when I was there, but I was like, you know what, I'm here now, $50, yeah, they had it listed as gray. Everybody else had this color listed as blue-gray, so I took a chance and I drove there. I mean, it's very obvious on the car, but so I didn't get the paint code, and I didn't go out in their yard, and yeah, I could have did all that stuff, and I was just in a rush, and I picked this door up. So is what it is. Like I said, we're gonna have to paint a fender anyway, so I guess I'm gonna have to paint a door also, or have Jerry do it, one of the two. I honestly would much rather just have Jerry do it, but we'll see what happens, 'cause I'm not set up for paint here. Although I did get a paint gun, it's just the ventilation and everything. I'm just not set up for it. I don't really want overspray on everything in here now, so I'm probably just gonna take it to Jerry's, to be honest with you. So me and Ashley are both having like really off bad days, and this is a continuation of it. I was gonna continue on. I was just gonna keep going. I was like, screw it. I gotta put this bearing on, and I'm going to pick it back up tomorrow. Currently, Ashley is stuck in Philadelphia. I was going to pick up everything and go. And then she got a flight to State College tonight at 9:40. It has now been delayed until 10:30. She said it's looking like they're going to board at 10:30 and actually take off. It's an hour flight to State College, and then she has an hour drive to get home. It would take me 4 hours to drive there, so she just got the flight. She had insurance and everything, so everything's covered. The only thing that worries me is it's very windy out, so I'm kind of worried about it. I'm just gonna pack up tonight. I'll do this tomorrow. I've been having an off day all day, and I don't know why I continued to keep going, but I think it's time to call it tonight. So I had to keep the volume down because my wife's sleeping, because she got home very late last night since she didn't get to go on that trip. She got a flight home. I bet you she didn't get home till 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So she's sleeping. Ugh, in this freaking mess. Also, I'm going to go to Johnny's today and get that other fender. So
what's better than pulling off one Pontiac Grand Prix fender? Pulling off a second one. God, I can't wait. I'm going to do something that I don't do. I'm taking my Camaro to Johnny G. Pullett. I'm going to get that fender. I guess I should take the e-brake off before I try pulling out. But I'm taking the Camaro to Johnny G. Pullett just because I don't drive it that much. And I kind of just want to drive it. I was going to drive it to Philly last night to go pick up Ashley. I was happy to see her home. And before you guys say anything, yes, I did test fit the old fender in the back to make sure it fit. It just fits. With the seats down, it fits. Yeah, these don't have a lot of room in them. Now, the Veloster, I had plenty of room to haul stuff, not this thing. It'll prevent me from buying more than I need to. What better way to spend your Saturday than at a junkyard? I love it. Love it! Here's the fender I need. A little update. They stopped me up at the counter and they said, we watched your video, and they said we absolutely loved it, and we wanted to tell you that you have full permission to record here whenever you want. So I don't have to hide my cameras anymore, but yeah, do not use jack stands under cars. That was one gripe, which I knew you shouldn't, and it wasn't smart of me to record that, but yes, you're not allowed to use jack stands up here, and they do have a loader on hand. If you need help lifting a car, they'll come and help lift it for you. So that's good news. Just wanted to let you guys know that they fully support me, and they said they watched the video multiple times, so that's pretty cool. But now to tear apart this whole front end just to get this fender off. I'll be honest with you, I'm probably gonna break this just to get this off, because I'm not removing, well, is that the whole, it isn't the whole core support, but it's the whole front end of the car. So unless I can pry this up, get that out, I'm not gonna. Every one of them in there have seen my videos. That's awesome. They're all on board with it. They said that I've been bringing new customers. The customers were like, I saw this on this YouTube channel, you know, and we wanted to come check it out. So then they pulled up my YouTube channel and watched my videos. They're not, now they did say they're not giving this everybody permission to go in and record and stuff, but they said I do it very well, and they would let me do it. So that's awesome. And like I said, do not use jack stands in there. I'm going to Harbor Freight. Look at that shirt.
All wrecked.
Fits nice. Do it. You like it? Yeah. He likes your shirt. Yes. I've been recording everything in 30 frames a second instead of 60. Stewie.
Just speed it up.
I can't. I got a shot pet. It's the biggest fly I've ever seen in my life. It sounds like a helicopter when it goes by. He must have landed. He's quiet now. So I want to talk about some things. We're going to do some body work on this fender, obviously. I got to get that pinstripe and stuff off there. Started cleaning the shop up. I got rid of some things in here that needed moved. Obviously, I got more space around. I need to clean the workbench. Another thing that I have coming up is, I'm not doing it right now because I don't have any tires to pump up, but Ansel that sent me that crappy pump has redeemed themselves with this pump. And this pump works actually pretty good. It's comparable, if not better, than the one I got at Harbor Freight, and the price is actually comparable too. So we'll go over that in a future video. But took door panel off of this. Since this is only like several shades off, not painting the back side of the door.
especially since this is a budget car. The outside's going to get painted. Jerry's painting it. So I just stripped the backing off. I'll flip this over. And the old door, I'm going to use the mirror off of it. So I might try selling some stuff on eBay. This door panel's junk. I'm not going to try selling it. But it does have a good tweeter in it and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to get into that. But the mirror's in really good shape. The door card for the Lancer, that one door, is in really good shape. And I still have it. And I have some other miscellaneous things I need to look into selling on eBay. A headlight for the Lancer. That was the passenger side one. Oh, while we're on the subject of the Lancer. Today, I've been posting my ads on Facebook. Of course, you guys are way behind me, so like this was weeks ago. This kid contacted me on Facebook, and I put my ad up for the Lancer, and he said that the transmission fluid and transmission filter were changed at $97,000. And I said, so I'm assuming this was your Lancer. And he said, yes, it was my work commuter. He said, I said, yeah, it was really muddy inside, and I figured it was from the wreck. And he said, yeah. But it's nice to know that the transmission fluid was just changed, and also the transmission filter was also just changed. So that's also a good selling cue. Me and Ashley have also debated if this doesn't sell in a certain amount of time, we may post the key up for sale and think about keeping it. We both really like it, but I mean, I can't really see the sense in having another car, although it is a 4-door with more space in it, but it's not going to be good for hauling parts for me like the Kia is, but it is a very nice car. And if I can't sell this, we could sell the Kia and just keep this in the meantime until I found a nicer SUV. But also in other news, my Patreon supporters I've saved up enough from them, and I told them whether to get a DJI Spark drone or a GoPro 7 Black. They opted for the GoPro 7 Black. They said I'll get more use out of it. I cannot agree more. I was just thinking drone footage. I was like, that'd be cool, but I wouldn't use it that much. And if I crashed it, it's, and there's a good chance I probably would have. So, GoPro 7 Black will be here this week. So we'll start with some recording with that. I'm still going to use my DJI Osmo Pockets. I have 2 of those, and I still plan to use them because I love these cameras. But we're going to add the GoPro 7 to the mix, and that means all my camera equipment has been upgraded. I still have a bunch, like right there in that bag, I have a bunch of little action cameras with busted screens that still work, and that's what I've been using for my time lapses and stuff. But we're going to switch that over to the GoPro. I hope it has a better battery life than they do, because their battery life sucks. But I'm excited to upgrade my equipment. Maybe next time we may get a drone. I do not know yet. I would love to do drone footage, but it's just hard for me to spend that kind of money without making enough money on YouTube to justify it. I just can't justify spending that money. Alright, so let's do some updates. I'm not doing any work today. I'm feeling lazy after everything I just did. These sheets of drywall I just posted for free on the internet. Somebody's coming to get them. Plus more sheets that are upstairs. This, I believe, the coolant leak was actually something that's already fixed, and they didn't clean up after themselves. Right there is normally a plastic elbow, and as you can see, it is a metal elbow on this one. And it looks to be fairly new and fairly clean up in there. But it looks like they did not clean it off. Another reason I think that this was fixed and just not cleaned up is the coolant has not actually even dripped off of the car yet. Like, if it's leaking, it's extremely slow leak because it hasn't even dripped off of the car yet. It's only been the transmission fluid. But got all my parts laid out here. Do some body work on this. Marked a couple of dents on that. Got to work a dent on this. right there. And I finished my drywalling part upstairs. So let's go upstairs and look at that. Now, I'm not perfect, but it's decent. There's some gaps in some places, but I'm going to try to get rid of all this extra drywall we have. Hopefully this guy will take most of it. I'll break up these little pieces and get rid of them, but yeah, that's where I'm at. Now, I'm not mudding this. I'm going to hire somebody to come in and finish this off because I'll ruin it. Let's be honest. You guys are probably like, I thought you did this like weeks ago. Well, this is weeks ago. Today's date is April 28th. So that's how far behind you guys are. Just letting you know. But the gym, we're forecasting to be done here in May. We get a guy to come in here and mud it. And I got supplies here and stuff. But then we're gonna paint it and bring all the equipment up here. So that'll be eventful. I rambled on long enough, lots of things going on here. It's looking like the Lancer is gonna sell. I have multiple people interested in it. Very surprised, honestly, because I had to price it a little higher. I got a lot of work into it. Plus the cat's coming for it still. But it looks like it might leave this week. I don't want to jinx anything. That's why I'm saying it might leave this week. But we need to take care of bodywork, so you're going to see that on the next episode. Once we get this done, get it out to Jerry's. Hopefully, if this leaves, we'll be going to look for another project because I like to have them lined up. Check out my Harbor Freight goodies. Beer holders here, screwdrivers, paper towel holder. It's sweet. Mudding pad. If you like this episode, go back and check out some of my other episodes. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of